Hey, fashion investors, aesthetic architects, and anyone who treats their closet like a blue-chip portfolio, welcome back to Vogue Style Fashion. And today I want to talk about a brand that's been turning heads lately, Miu Miu. If you're someone who loves fashion but gets tired of all the seriousness sometimes, this one's for you. Miu Miu started back in 1993 as a younger, more fun offshoot of Prada. It was created by Miuccia Prada, who named it after her childhood nickname. Think of it as Prada's cool, rebellious little sister. Still super stylish but way more playful and not afraid to take risks. Here's something crazy. While most luxury brands struggled in 2024 with sales dropping 2% globally, Miu Miu's sales went through the roof, up 93%. They hit the €1 billion mark and now make up 25% of Prada Group's total revenue. Why? Because they've totally nailed what young people want right now. Their stuff goes viral on TikTok, celebrities can't get enough, and it's a more affordable way to get that Prada quality without spending $4 on a handbag. Today I'm going to break down Miu Miu's story, talk about what makes their designs special, share the good and the not so good, and highlight some must-have pieces from their new spring or summer 2025 collection. Let's dive in. To really get Miu Miu, we need to start with Prada. The Prada brand began in 1913 as a leather goods shop in Milan. Then in 1978, Miuccia Prada took over and totally transformed it. She's this fascinating woman with a PhD in political science who used to do mime, not your typical fashion designer. By the 1980s, her nylon backpacks and ready-to-wear lines made Prada one of the biggest names in fashion. But Miuccia wanted to try more experimental ideas. So she launched Miu Miu. Right from the start, it was different. Think vintage slips, schoolgirl skirts, and playful prints with a little edge. It was more affordable than Prada, starting around €500 instead of €2,000, and way more daring. The first collection had these cool pieces like raw-edged skirts and cardigans with unexpected twists, like visible bra straps or mismatched buttons. It was like 1960 seconds mod style mixed with 1990 seconds grunge, and people loved it. By 1994, they were showing in New York and London, and by 2006, they became a staple at Paris Fashion Week. Of course, there have been ups and downs. In the early 2000s, when Prada was buying other brands left and right, Miu Miu had some controversial moments. Like that 2019 yellow star embroidery that looked like Nazi symbolism. They quickly pulled that, but they came back stronger than ever in the 2020s, especially after the pandemic when people were craving fun and joy in fashion. For us here in America, Miu Miu has really found its audience. They've got stores in Soho and Rodeo Drive, and their style works whether you're a trendsetter in LA or a professional in New York. List the fashion search platform named them the hottest brand at the end of 2024, thanks in part to Zendaya wearing their clothes during her Challengers press tour. With 70% of US luxury spending coming from women under 40, it's no wonder Miu Miu's playful, youthful vibe has hit the mark. At its core, Miu Miu is all about redefining what femininity means today. Miuccia Prada, who's 75 now, designs with this really interesting perspective. She uses her background in political science to question traditional ideas about gender and style. She told Vogue in 2023, "At Miu Miu is the unrestrained portrayal of my creativity with a maverick and carefree soul." Unlike Prada's more serious, minimalist designs, Miu Miu loves mixing opposites like fancy tweed jackets with ripped jeans, or ballet flats with fishnets. It's perfect for women who need to go from work meetings to evening plans without completely changing their outfit. Their recent collections really show this philosophy. The Fall or Winter 2025 collection, shown in Paris in March 2025, played with radical femininity. Think bullet brass and see-through slips worn under tailored coats. It was like taking 1950 seconds pin-up style and updating it for today's body-positive attitudes. Critics loved how it challenged traditional ideas about undergarments and empowerment. Then there's the Spring or Summer 2025 collection, which came out in October 2024. It was all about youth as absolute truth with pieces like bloomers, pinafores, and unbuttoned white dresses that felt really childlike and honest. The set was designed by artist Goshka Makuga with these industrial printing presses, symbolizing what they called Encore, the breaking down of certainties. Miu Miu is also getting more sustainable, which is important to a lot of us. The Prada group stopped using fur in 2020, and Miu Miu now uses something called a digital product passport so you can trace where your clothes come from. They're using 60% lower impact materials like recycled nylon, which good on you, the ethical fashion guide says is a good start. And let's talk about the celebrity love. Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria has been a Miu Miu muse since 2023. She wore a custom black embroidered gown to the 2025 Met Gala that everyone went crazy for. Gigi Hadid also wore Miu Miu to the Met, channeling Josephine Baker in this amazing gold lamb dress. And Zendaya basically broke the internet when she wore their tennis skirts during the Challenger's press tour. Searches for those skirts went up 358%. As someone who writes about fashion, I judge brands on three things: innovation, inclusivity, and whether their pieces are worth the investment. Let's break down how Miu Miu does in each category. First, innovation. Miu Miu definitely gets in a here. Miuccia's Encore idea, questioning what femininity means in today's world, leads to some really interesting designs. Take their bias cut slips. For example, they mix 1940 seconds satin with 1920 seconds athletic wear, creating something totally new but still wearable. Their new Arcady bag from Spring or Summer 2025 is another great example. It takes 1970 seconds patterns and sustainable suede to make this structured tote that's both retro and modern. Next, inclusivity. This is where things get a bit mixed. On the positive side, Miu Miu really tries to appeal to all ages. Stylists talk about moms and daughters both loving the brand. They've started using non-models and even some men in their shows, which makes the brand feel more relatable. But there are issues too. Some critics have pointed out that their schoolgirl aesthetic can feel a bit infantilizing, which sparked a big debate in 2023 about body politics and fashion. Their sizing only goes up to XL and tends to run small, and plus-size representation is still lacking. Only about 10% of their models in 2025 were over size 8. When it comes to investment value, Miu Miu is actually a great choice. Their pieces hold about 75% of their value on the resale market after 2 years, which is better than Gucci's 65%. That's because they take trends and give them a timeless twist that doesn't go out of style quickly. They're also really smart about social media. Their Instagram strategy with shoppable posts has helped them build a loyal following with Gen Z. Of course, there are downsides. Their prices can be pretty steep. Basic pieces start at around 800 euros, which is out of reach for many people. And when something gets really popular, like their micro skirts, fast fashion brands like Zara start making cheap copies, which can make the original feel less special. They've also had some controversial moments in the past, like that 2019 star design, which shows they still have some sensitivity issues to work through. Overall, I'd give Miu Miu an A. They're doing really innovative things and making fashion fun again, but they need to be more inclusive if they want to stay on top. Let's get to the fun part, the pieces from Miu Miu's Spring or Summer 2025 collection that are actually worth your hard-earned money. I've picked 3 standouts that I think will work really well in American wardrobes. First up, the Arcady bag. This structured tote bag comes in these faded floral patterns and pastel pinks, mixing really feminine designs with more sustainable suede. It costs 1,450 euros, which isn't cheap, but demand is already up 20% according to List. What I love about it is how versatile it is. You can use the removable straps to wear it as a crossbody bag or carry it as a tote. Hailey Bieber and Gigi Hadid have both been spotted with it, and it holds its value really well. Plus, it's big enough for a laptop but still stylish enough for evenings out. Pair it with Miu Miu's block heel Mary Jane's and you've got the perfect Coachella outfit. Next, the Wander loafers. These distressed suede moccasins with studded wooden soles and open toes are such a cool update on the classic loafer. They've got these raw edges and 2-inch heels that mix 1990 seconds grunge vibes with today's athleisure trend. At €890, they're an investment, but Who What Wear called them the cool girl flat alternative. And demand shot up 150% after Paris Fashion Week. Sydney Sweeney was photographed wearing similar ones at the airport, which started all kinds of TikTok hauls. They're even machine washable, which is rare for luxury shoes, and they come in sizes up to EU42. The vulcanized rubber soles should last at least 5 years, so you'll get plenty of wear out of them. Finally, the cotton poplin shirt. This crisp white button-down might seem basic, but Miu Miu added their signature twist with an unbuttoned back that reveals petticoats underneath. It's all about that absolute truth theme from the collection being unfiltered and authentic. At €620, it's 40% cheaper than similar Prada shirts, and it holds 85% of its value on the resale market. Zendaya made the twisted collar version famous during her Challenger's press tour, and reviewers on Net-a-Porter give it 4.8 out of 5 stars, especially loving how breathable the organic cotton is for summer. It's GOTS certified and uses low water dyeing, so it's more eco-friendly too. You can tuck it into a pleated mini skirt for that librarian core look that was so popular in 2024, or knot it over a slip dress for a beach to bar outfit. In a fashion world where even big names like Kering are reporting 11% sales drops, and LVMH is struggling with slower growth in China, Miu Miu's 41% growth in 2025 feels really significant. The Guardian called them the world's hottest brand for managing to grow while everyone else is struggling, thanks to their fun shows and using real people in their campaigns. As someone who writes about fashion from America, I think Miu Miu represents something really important right now. Luxury that doesn't take itself too seriously. Their pieces start conversations and let you express your personality, rather than just showing off that you can afford expensive clothes. Sure, they have their issues. The prices are still too high for many people, and they need to be more inclusive in their sizing and casting. But when it comes to getting your money's worth in terms of both style and resale value, Miu Miu delivers. For American luxury buyers, who McKinsey says are 55% more likely to choose experiential brands, Miu Miu offers that feeling of being part of something exciting and creative. So if you're thinking about investing in Miu Miu, think of it not just as buying clothes, but as buying into a way of expressing yourself. In a world that sometimes feels like it's falling apart, which is what they mean by encore. Miu Miu reminds us that fashion should be fun and empowering. As they say, dress like the revolution starts with you. So that's my take on Miu Miu, the brand that's redefining femininity one twisted shirt tail at a time. Thanks for listening.